ladies, gentlemen, and Frank, I'd like to welcome everybody to the show. That face. I'd like to welcome everybody to the NoRights Podcast. I'm your host, Ben, aka NoRights. You should know by me now. You should know my name by now. If you don't know me by now. Anyway,
don't know me by now.
No!
I'd like to welcome all of us back for the first time in a while. I'd like to welcome my co-host, Ian. How you doing, Ian? Yeah, they're trying to make it a thing. It's like Google Plus. It's just not a thing, guys. Let it go. Joining us as for a couple of weeks ago, my arch nemesis and twin brother Franklin. How you doing, Frank?
Hey!
Hey, what's happening? And also joining us by his phone, our good buddy Doug.
Can you hear me now?
Good. Yeah. Last.
Go ahead, say that again, Doug.
Yeah, last week I was telling Doug and Ian about the short Urbance, and they're trying to make it a thing, and it's not working. So
Only to you.
Yeah, only to you, buddy.
oh boy. Anyway,
Like,
so let's get this.
To use the term Urbance in a sentence, Benjamin today on the NoRights Podcast Urbance the intro.
Anyway,
Some Robans.
I should hope not. So anyway, let's get this party started, right? How about with our good friend Doug, who was at the Arnold last week, so that's why we had to move the show to a different time, and who's going to be doing some working out. It's leg day, and then he's going to be doing some YouTubing and stuff, so that's why we're here early. So we can only go till 7:30, guys, so we got to use this quality Doug time while it lasts. So what's been happening in your neck? What's been happening in your neck of the woods, Doug?
Well, besides still working on my story, I'm actually probably going to be back full time on that, most likely very, very soon. I bit the bullet and got my membership back at Planet Fitness. So I plan on being from my current weight of 353 pounds down to around 300, hopefully by my birthday. So.
Well, we wish you well on that journey there, Doug.
Can you bench what you weigh?
Not yet. I cannot bench 350 pounds.
I remember, Penn Gillette, he said that, he was 3-something, and he was on a lot of meds for blood pressure and stuff, and then his doctors told him, well, if you get down to 200, you wouldn't even need the meds, and he's like, well, fine then, I'll just intense diet. And he dieted. He eats like a vegan diet now, and he's down to 160 something, and it's really weird.
Hi, I'm Penn Gillette, and this is my partner Teller. For such a long time, there's been this notion that the NoRights Podcast is fun-loving and greatness, but unfortunately, we're here to tell you why that's bullshit.
Oh, if it was all fun-loving, herding the cats to get us all on the same call together, it's been quite a night. So anyway, so it's good you got plans going, Doug. Keep him busy, always good. How about you, Franklin? What have you been up to?
Oh, man.
So, playing video games and just sleeping.
Yeah.
What games you been playing lately, Frank?
Mostly just downloading shit, really, because I go, okay, I'll go ahead and play. Oh, something else free.
So basically, Frank's just downloading the internet and putting it on his computer.
Yeah.
So when it's done,
Just
he's going
hoarding.
to have an awesome machine. Digital hoarding. That's Frank.
Data hoarder.
Anyway. Alright. Well, at least you're keeping busy. How about you, Ian? What you been up to?
I don't know. I've been trying to work on those that LED shit some more. I got up my second strip, like I said. I'm trying to work on some of the microphones for the headsets. You know, it's like Nate would wear, or somebody else that comes in the studio. Because what I have to do is I was gonna make like a little housing for like a connector for it, so you could like plug it into the headphones, so it's like more modular. Then I made these 3D models that I was gonna have Nate 3D print out for the housing for it. So yeah, that'll be fun. I was trying to get a hold of him to see if he would come on the show tonight, but I couldn't. Got no answer.
Well, maybe he's just afraid of the title match that is going to be trivia tonight. Maybe. Yeah, and I guess as for me, I decided that this month I'm going to work on some submissions to a couple different programs. I'm going to submit stuff to the Nick Artist program. They've got 2 different tracks. There's the general track and the storyboard track, and I've been working on portfolios and reels to send to that. And then I was also going to submit an idea to their Nick Shorts, program. So, of course, the fun of that has been finding the time and telling people, no, really, I can't. I told my dad, I said, I've got 3 projects I'm working on. Yeah, so let's hang up that door in the garage. Spent for like 4 hours hanging that door. Like, what part of I'm working on 3 projects don't you? Yeah.
Well, obviously you have time for a 4th.
Obviously. I mean, the door ain't going to hang itself. I mean, I know that for sure.
He's like, I don't give a fuck.
We should just get a shirt with that in my... just a picture of my dad popping a can. He could be the mascot for this show and he wouldn't even know. Unless I posted it on the Facebook. But anyway.
It's just like, I downloaded one of those Angry Grandpa soundboards. Those are funny, man.
Oh, man. Anyway, I think we've done enough catching up. We got a lot to talk about on this episode, so you'd want to just jump straight in the news there, Ian?
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright.
The news with Ian. And then later, high school football scores.
I scored 4 touchdowns in 1 game.
Okay, Al. So, our first story of tonight, Six Flags Samsung debut virtual reality roller coaster experience. Tell us about that one there, Ian.
I will if this page will.
Fans.
I gotta stop this video because that's probably gonna start playing. Yeah. Okay. Six Flags and Samsung have unveiled a virtual reality roller coaster experience at 9 Six Flags amusement parks around the nation, including Six Flags over Georgia, using virtual reality gear from Samsung. The riding experiences allow patrons to don Oculus-powered Samsung Gear VR headsets while riding Six Flags coasters to experience the coasters in a entirely new way. I was like,
fuck?
what is that? If we go back on the thing, I pressed the pause button.
Yeah, it happens. Like, I'm sure the buffering probably finished and it started again. It happens.
Yeah.
So,
I believe you,
Look
Ian.
over Franklin. Just look over Franklin.
so go on, Ian, please continue.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's pretty. I think it's a pretty cool thing because it's like, you could be having an experience of being on a roller coaster. You actually feeling the G's while you're like in some kind of like apocalyptic world or whatever on a roller coaster. You're seeing like when you look over to the other side. I mean, I think it would be pretty cool. The only problem I think is like, are these going to be like pretty good, as far as quality wise, and like, is it going to be, are they going to, it seems to me like these would be really susceptible to like damage and stuff, since they're pretty much like smartphone screens.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, aren't there already like roller coaster rides where they have like the big IMAX screen? It's like, I don't know. Telling everybody like, here's this thing that 1,000 other people have worn before you. Yeah, it's a little off center. Hold on, oh, you got the funny one. Hold on.
I think it could be something for people who are a little bit more overweight and can't actually ride an actual roller coaster. People who are disabled but still want to have kind of that same experience. They could definitely cater to that demographic and pull in more people to the park. Especially if you have like maybe at least one or two different ones, and kind of have like maybe 3 or 4 cars that run at different times. That could be a really good experience.
Yeah,
I think they could definitely like switch it up a lot too. So like a new thing comes out, they could have different ride every rather than taking all the time to tear a ride down. It's just change the program. There we go.
Yeah.
Yep.
New ride.
I mean,
So
yeah, one ride like they could have it where you could choose your environment. So it's like, you have like a alien landscape, another landscape you're going through volcanoes or something.
and then someone decides they're going through the tunnel of love and starts making out with you.
No,
So-
no, no, no,
No, do not want.
No, do not want. I think this is going to be interesting. It depends on how it's implemented. Oh, my phone is telling me I should take my drugs. I can't. I'm hosting a show. I'll take them after the show.
You'll forget.
Well, you'll have to remind me.
Go
Won't
take
you,
your-
audience?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to remind you when you start snapping.
Start.
When we got done with you last time and started playing a game, you're like, I care.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. So anyway, cool
What do
story,
you
Ian.
think, Frank?
Huh?
Frank, do you care?
About the game? Or
No,
the
about this.
yeah, I mean the visor thing, the roller coaster thing.
Yes.
You know that story that you were talking about. Whatever nonsense you talking about between my takes.
That shit you all talking about, yeah, it's cool. No, I'm into VR, man. I just, a bunch of idiots standing next to you, jumping up and freaking out and smacking you with the fucking goggles on. That scares the shit out of me. Ow, Lord, Jesus! Oh, that hit you in the face. Ow!
Yeah, being in public in general is one of those things I'm not too keen on, but
Well, just like Ben said, though, too, they're probably really nasty, like old bowling shoes, because, like, I went to Best Buy and I was checking out a set of headphones, and I had to squeeze it in my hand. I said, how many fucking people have had their nasty ears on this? Ew!
Yeah, it's like, I can't see what's on my screen. There's all this shit on here.
then there's some guy licking it, another guy trying to pop the thing out and steal it.
That helps.
Well, they might pass out like the what's the
Wipes.
ATC one that they've got where like, because they've got the Google Cardboard, and then they've got the other ones where you just clamp your.
That's the one I see them pass now, because I can't imagine giving the general public an Oculus Rift or something like that. This is the average person's an idiot. I have a friend who got one of those headsets that you put your like Samsung in, and he was showing all his buddies because he's like, "Hey, you can watch porn on it."
Okay. All right. Well, let's move on to our next story before that conversation continues anywhere. Florida sheriff pledges to arrest CEO Tim Cook if Apple resists crypto cooperation.
Yes.
Boy.
This
Sheriff's
guy is going.
pledging to do things.
I'll
Go
leave
ahead,
it
Ian.
Trump wins the election. That's all I would do.
Yeah, this,
Go ahead, Ian. Tell us all about this one.
he's super serial.
Is this like when those sheriffs were saying, if the president takes away our guns, I won't enforce it? I just... Ian?
It says a Florida sheriff has threatened to arrest Apple CEO Tim Cook, where a situation similar to Apple's resistance to government pressure in the ongoing San Bernardino terrorism investigation.
Well, out of his jurisdiction.
Arises in his jurisdiction. Last month, the government obtained an unprecedented court order under the All Rights Act, an obscure 18th century statute which would compel Apple to help if the order stands up to legal challenges. Apple would be forced to create a new customized OS firmware that would remove the passcode lockout on the seized iPhone 5C. Apple has said both publicly and in court filings that it will fight the order as much as possible, and the company has drawn support from many cryptographers, tech companies, and even the husband of a survivor of the attack. Speaking at a press conference Wednesday that was published by Fox 13, Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd described a recent murder case that his office had worked on. Judd said that the murder suspects took photos of the victim on their smartphones, but then later gave detectives the passcodes to unlock their phones. However, when Judd was asked about Apple's refusal to help create a custom firmware that would allow the FBI to brute force the seized iPhone 5C from San Bernardino, the sheriff did not mince words. He said, "You cannot create a business model to go, we're not paying attention to the federal judge or the state judge. You see, we're above the law," Judd said. The CEO of Apple needs to know he's not above the law, and neither is anyone else in the United States. He noted that if the agency were to face locked iPhones in the future, it may result in Cook being put behind bars, presumably under a contempt of court order. But believe you me, if I get a toehold in this county and I can get the state attorney's office to prosecute and the judge to back us up with it, I'll lock the rascal up, Judge concluded.
Just a good old boy. Yeah. The thing is, the last I'd heard, the last report I'd heard was that a federal judge agreed with Apple on it. So they're. It's like,
I don't. Out of their jurisdiction.
Yeah, isn't Apple and Tim Cook, aren't they in California? I mean, I don't want to say a sheriff is going a little, crazy on the news or nothing, but
See, here's the thing, though. Number one, this idiot obviously didn't pay attention to the case because Apple tries to help out criminal investigations. However, it wasn't even an Apple employee or somebody like the suspect who ended up jacking up the phone. It was somebody who worked for the FBI. Apple's just like, oh, we're not cleaning up your mess. Screw that.
Well, I mean, from everything I've read is that they say it was the guy's work phone and that they destroyed their personal phones, but he probably barely used the work phone, so they're very unlikely to get any useful data out of it, and therefore this is really just a case where the FBI is trying to push their limits to set a precedent, so that way they can use it to say, well, if you did it this time, now you got to do it on every case like this. So,
yeah. Not to mention the fact that this law is so old, it predates even the invention of a cellular telephone, let alone a smartphone.
Well, as the founding father said, can you hear me now? Hold on, let me send a dick pic. So, anyway.
No, Franklin just said that.
Okay, what do you think, Frank? You're being awful quiet.
Hey, might as well not even gotten that headset.
Anyway.
Hold on, I can translate Franklin. Okay, say that again, Frank. I'm bored, and this news story sucks.
No, I've discussed and listened to and heard about and read about this case ad nauseum. And now just some redneck retard coming up and
Okay.
But yeah, it is like an ongoing thing, and I'm sure people are pretty tired about hearing about it. This was more about how this redneck guy is.
I can't wait until the next news story where some county clerk in Kentucky tells us that she has to have it her way. Anyway, let's move on. This story's getting boring.
I appreciate you letting me know that someone out there is being a dickhole. Thanks, Ian.
I think we're all in agreement about the story. So,
And that's
Technica.
Florida for you.
well, anyway, after an easy breach, hackers leave tips when running a security company. Tell us all about this one, Harry.
A web security company's systems are offline this morning after an apparent intrusion into the company's network. The servers and routers of Staminus Communications, a Newport Beach, California-based hosting and distributed denial of service protection company, went offline at 8 a.m. Eastern Time on Thursday in what a representative described in a Twitter post as a rare event that cascaded across multiple routers in a system-wide event, making our backbone unavailable. That rare event appears to have been intentional. A data dump of information on Staminus's systems includes customer names and email addresses, database table structures, routing tables, and more. The data was posted to the internet this morning, and a Staminus customer who wishes to remain anonymous confirmed his data was part of the dump. The authors of the dump claim to have gained control of Staminus's routers and reset them to factory settings. The dump in a hacker e-zine format begins with a note from the attacker. E-zine. I guess a note from the attacker, the sarcastically titled "Tips When Running a Security Company." It details the security holes found during the breach. Use one root password for all the boxes. Expose PDUs, power distribution units, and server racks to WAN with telnet off. Never patch, upgrade, or audit the stack. Disregard PDO, PHP data objects as inconvenient. Hedge entire business on security theater. Store full credit card info in plain text. Write all code with reckless, sick, abandon. No credit card data was displayed in the dump viewed by ARS Technica, but storing credit card data unencrypted is a violation of payment card industry PCI security standards and would be a major error for any company. It's much more
egregious.
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 Yeah, thank you. Yeah, for a company marketing itself as a security firm. Yes. So that's it's pretty. It's just pretty funny, the arrogance of it, you know.
Yeah. I like when, you know, a site that's supposed to prevent hacks and stuff gets hacked and they turn out to have really bad.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think I remember hearing like a couple of different things that were saying that like actually like general like corporations in general are like really bad with their security, you know.
Well, yeah, because they just put up the front that they're secure and then they don't actually walk the walk.
Hey guys, want to start a security company?
Well, I guess it's sort of like, well, we put all this money into this stuff. You don't have to worry about that other security stuff that much, you know.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the internet, a lot of things can say, hey, you want to build up authority in a thing, just say you're an authority now. And, it's like, hey, the hot new thing is to say you're a guru, or to say you're an expert, or a social media guru, or, all these things. And the more you say it, the more true it becomes. So,
ladies and gentlemen, Benjamin, aka No Rights, is the authority on fonts on YouTube.
Fontifier.
no,
The
that's...
Fontifier.
I'm an authority on whether or not boobs are real or fake. Just send the lady to me, and I can tell by touching them. I don't back this up with any actual facts. I can just tell you that's what I'm an expert in.
Dude, man boobs don't count.
I said ladies. Anyway, so Frank, what are your thoughts on this one?
I agree with you. Fucking.
Boobs?
Well, it
Yeah.
sounds like at least the hackers they didn't leak the credit card info, so just stating that, hey, these guys are
Well, fix this
doing
shit,
bad
bro.
business practices. It's like these guys are violating the law and they're doing a bad job. Maybe you don't want to be one of their customers anymore. So,
Well, don't like a lot of people that like work for the government or are like really good with security and stuff. Like, don't they have some kind of like hacker past or something? A lot of times.
Yeah,
Decide to go white hat.
essentially.
well, I mean, those are the people you want to, tell you this stuff, because the people that don't know what they're doing and aren't trying to get into your stuff, they wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah,
But
as long as this is a learning event for everybody, I'm fine with this kind of thing. I just don't like when, bad things happen because somebody wanted to be snarky. So,
yeah, here's the thing. I guess that like when it was down, you would see Staminus Communications. Staminus is focused on our commitment to our customers. Our engineering team is working to restore service, and we will post frequent updates to our Twitter feed. We understand and apologize for the inconvenience caused to the customers of Staminus and are working to restore full service as soon as possible. Please follow us on Twitter for updates. They're committed. They're committed to urbancing.
Anyway, our next news story. One of the greatest art heists of our time was actually a data hack. Oh boy, enlighten us on this one there, Ian.
Okay, this one I read briefly on it. It seems interesting. It's last month 2 artists grabbed headlines across the world by announcing that they had snuck a hacked Kinect sensor into the newest museum in Berlin and done a Gorilla 3D scan of the build of the bust of Queen Nefertiti, a precious artwork from ancient Egypt. Nora El Badri and Jan Nicola Nels called their work the Other Nefertiti and released their data file to the world. Now anyone can have an incredibly high quality reproduction of the sculpture or remix it to make new artworks. But immediately experts raised questions about the scan. It was too high quality for a Kinect. El Bidri and Ellis inflamed speculation when they refused to share more details about their scanning techniques. Yeah, the rest of the article just goes into like a lot of experts' opinions on like the actual like that it was like too high resolution and everything.
Nefertiti.
But I mean, what do you think about this? I mean, do a lot of museums, like just regular art museums, like where you have like paintings and stuff in there, you're not allowed to take like cameras or anything in there, right?
They have it. It depends on like the licensing of the thing. If it's owned by somebody, if it's on loan from another thing. Like sometimes they'll say no flash photography, and then other times it's like if it's a modern exhibit, they'll say no cameras please, because they don't want duplicates of this. It's valuable viable argument, because like if you're displaying an artist's stuff in a show and everyone just comes up and snaps a photo and then they never buy a print of it.
Oh, hold on. That video is a little sketchy there.
Okay.
Hey, now.
So, I don't know. But I mean, some museums do like, they'll make high quality, scans and photos of their works and post them online. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess maybe that's why this is such a big story. Is that like this museum that they were at is like maybe they were really strict about that type of stuff. But yeah, I mean, like you could make 3D even if you didn't sneak a connect in there or whatever. Like you could get like adapters and stuff with the iPhones and stuff. I remember we did an article or two about like how you could turn your phone into like a Kinect. Just taking multiple pictures of it, you can get from your phone. You could get turn that into a 3D model very accurately.
The age we live in.
So I mean, them using a Kinect. I mean, it's not really like a. I think it's a lot more hype than it is actual big deal.
Well,
it's still interesting, I guess. Because I'm, the 3D guy, so.
Yeah, that's wild shit, man.
That's wild, man. That's wild. It's an interesting story. I think we're going to see more stuff like this as things go on.
Yeah.
So, gotta.
It's like you said, like how with Adam and Jamie, like they'll never let you. They'll never let you see their keys or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, eventually, it's like, well, yeah, it's like I walk past him with an iPhone and snap. Now we know.
Yeah.
So, I got into his house now. I don't know. So anyway, and then I see this last news story got here. I think is this for Doug? Was this a gift for Doug?
Yeah.
This weekend, WWE will face its toughest opponent, the wrestling audience.
Yes. It says professional wrestling is often criticized for being fake, but this ongoing fan rebellion shows how things can sometimes not go to plan in a predetermined sport. Yeah, it says you're probably familiar with names like Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Rock and John Cena, even if you're not a wrestling fan. For the past 2 years, WWE has been moving heaven and earth to get their next big star, Roman Reigns, to that level of recognition. So, what are your thoughts, Doug, on Roman Reigns?
Well, I can already see where this article is going, okay? And here's basically what's happening.
Break it down first, Doug.
Reigns is basically the chosen one. Reigns has got the look. He's all tanned up. He's a Samoan dude. He's got muscles. And all the chicks are like, ooh, and all the dudes are like, I want to be that guy. But the thing is that he's only been in the business like 5 years. His ring work is passable in most situations, although sometimes it can get a little weird. And his actual talking, his mic work isn't the best. So he has the propensity to try to get over with the audience, but it stalls out a lot of times. So what they're actually doing this weekend is they're doing what's called a WWE Network special called Roadblock, with the current champion Triple H going up against the number 2 babyface right now, which is Dean Ambrose. And a lot of people are actually kind of really sketchy on this entire event because, number one, people are more excited for this than some people are for the WrestleMania main event, which is Roman Reigns versus Triple H for the title. So there could be a multitude of things that could happen tonight and completely fuck up the WrestleMania card. So, and right now the Dallas Cowboys Stadium is sitting at about 84,000 tickets sold, legit.
Holy shit!
So, and they want to try.
That's more than the Super Bowl, man, isn't it?
Yeah. With this, the pre-sale has already garnered more ticket sales than anything else in history. So they are actively trying to pack as many people into Cowboy Stadium as humanly possible. The only thing is, Reigns isn't over. Like, half the audience hates him. They don't like him. They think that he's just been handed everything for the past 2 years. And the interesting part about the dynamic between Reigns and Ambrose is the fact that Ambrose and Reigns were in the Shield together. And also the other portion of that was that the other guy who was in the Shield was Seth Rollins. And this initially, due to most published reports right around Survivor Series in November last year, that this main event going into WrestleMania was supposed to be a triple threat with the three of them. Or, like, Ambrose was supposed to turn heel, but Rollins tore his ACL, his MCL, and either his meniscus or his PCL. So he's out right now. He's out for 9 months. So it basically is a huge fucking just train wreck. So they had to do a bunch of switcheroo shit and make some adjustments, which the fans really haven't liked. So
okay. The question here is who will take the reins?
Well, they're being kind of sort of smart. They're being a little smart right now. Reigns had to have some elective surgery. It was not elective. It was a pre-existing condition on his nose, so they wrote him off TV for a couple weeks. And now they've plopped this Ambrose versus Triple H angle at everyone's feet, and everyone is all fucking jacked up for it. They're like, but Ambrose, fuck yeah, Ambrose needs the title, blah 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 blah. And this could really fuck with WrestleMania. I mean, this could fuck with WrestleMania's main event. This could fuck with the undercard because Ambrose is already scheduled for another match with Brock Lesnar. So we're looking at possibly there's supposed to be 2 individual one-on-one matches. Now it could turn into a fatal 4-way or a triple threat match. The shit could get really fucked up in the sense that we can now have, instead of 2 matches, it has to be integrated into 1, which means more adjustments for the card have to be made because WrestleMania is a 4-hour show and you have to fill that. So it's
yep.
At this moment, tonight's network event is going to be kind of the standard on what WrestleMania is going to kind of have to be based on.
What do you think about that, Frank? I think this. If anything else, I can say, Frank, get a quieter mouse. Click, 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 click. So anyway, I think it. You done yet, Frank? I don't know if our audience has had enough of that. I think they love it. But anyway, yeah, I do think it's an interesting thing. When people try to force a thing. Franklin.
Whoops.
So,
shit.
I say if nothing else, it's going to be interesting to see where this goes. So,
No.
well, for the fans of wrestling, I'm sure it's going to be interesting. I could, whatever.
Right. You're not a big fan of wrestling, Frank?
No.
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 All right.
What about you, Ben? Will you occasionally watch wrestling?
No.
No.
I haven't.
My dad
watched
watches it.
Hulk Hogan back in the day.
Yeah, my dad watches it, but it's like, well, I'm like, so wait, this is it's soapy, to me. Just like,
It's a
a
story.
bunch of dudes in Speedos wrestling around with each other. I don't know. Not my kind of thing, but
Well,
each their own. I
sure,
say.
probably not right now, but did it ever have magic for you, when you were a kid or something?
No, my dad watched it, and I never really cared. Some people, that's what they're into. Some not. I mean, it's just like guys that are into football. That's their thing. Guys like Frank and me who are into nerdy stuff. That's our thing.
Some people are into fonts. Some people aren't.
Haters gonna hate. Anyway.
Now let's watch a font documentary.
Yes, I'm now going to make you watch the entire Helvetica documentary. Anyway, so that's
I was gonna ask Doug though, like what do you like about wrestling? How does it still have magic for you?
Oh, I'm a fan of the athleticism. I like picking apart the matches as far as how matches are structured, what things you can actually notice, what things you don't notice. One of the favorite things I like too is actually like if you ever watch on YouTube Botchamania, it's nothing but screw ups. Like just nothing but just straight like someone's supposed to go ahead jump off the top rope, but they jump off the second rope, and all of a sudden they can't correct in enough time, so they completely and totally miss the target. Or in cases of some promotions, like the rope snaps right in the middle of a match, and that's hilarious to watch how the wrestlers will be like, "Oh fuck," you know.
Yeah.
Line,
Start calling. You could have been a Vince McMahon or like a promoter or something.
Did you see Hogan talking about how he doesn't have a 10-inch penis?
Aw.
Under oath.
Why you gotta ruin the fantasy, Frank?
Yeah.
Well, Terry doesn't have one, but Hulk Hogan, see the character, he has one. That was his explanation.
How long do you think Hulk Hogan is gonna keep his hair, man?
As long as he can afford it.
As long as you can afford it, really. It's kind of the truth.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing with Coolio. It's not going away. I mean, it's gone away, but it's not going away. It's still there. Anyway, so that's the end of Ian's news stories this week, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. We got yours.
And now it's time for me to bring it. No, this one's from AWN. Thank you very much. Shannon Tyndall's On Ice, now on YouTube. Created in collaboration with Google ATAP's Spotlight Stories and Evil Eye Pictures, animated short made for mobile and VR devices contains hidden surprises, including a musical homage to Queen.
Queen?
No, Queen.
You get applied for copyright. Stop it.
Yeah, I'm that good. You think I'm a guitar solo.
Dude standing around talking on this porch about clouds got applied for copyright.
Viewable in the Google Spotlight Stories YouTube channel app on many Android devices, and with Google Cardboard, On Ice will also soon be available on the Google Spotlight Stories apps on both iOS and Android. On Ice is about an over-the-top sci-fi themed ice show, and its star, a la Flash Gordon, who suddenly finds he has competition for the spotlight from an unlikely rival, a bear. So you can see some pictures of it. I mean, I think it's interesting now that we're seeing films marketed like, check this out for, because remember there was that Glenn Keane animated thing where they were talking about the whole mobile thing and the whole VR thing where you can look around in it, and there's this now. I think it's an interesting thing. What are your thoughts, Ian, as doing all those VR stories and whatnot?
No. What is it again?
It's a short for VR and mobile devices, so you can, you can look for all the hidden.
Is it like 360-degree 2D or something?
It's crap.
Google Spotlight Stories is a new form of storytelling made specifically for mobile and VR. In these 360-degree interactive stories, viewers' phones become a window to a world all around them. The sensors on the phone allow the story to be interactive. When viewers move their phones to various scenes, they are able to unlock mini-stories within the story. In addition to On Ice, Google Spotlight Stories is bringing Justin Lin's Help to YouTube as well. Help was released last year on the Google Spotlight Stories Android and iOS app and is the group's first live-action piece, receiving a nomination for a Visual Media Experience Award at this year's South by Southwest.
The suck is strong with this one.
The what?
The suck is strong with this one.
Yeah, I have to agree with Doug. This kind of looks kind of gay. Like the characters look kind of gay.
Wow! You guys weren't big fans of the Flash, right? Flash Gordon.
I don't know what the fuck that even was. I don't never heard of it.
Flash. Oh. All right.
This sucks on ice.
What about you, Franklin? What do you think?
Or dancing on ice.
Franklin?
I was going trying to read the article more.
Huh?
I was trying to pull up the article and read more details. So who's going on ice?
That's the short, Frank. It's about a guy doing stuff on, one of those laser shows on ice, and then. Well, there's a video on the thing, Frank, if you take a look at it, where they show clips from it.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Unfortunately, I have to do it for the show.
It's a trap.
It's on Muse. It's on Muse, so don't worry.
Uh-huh. 2 ways to view the show in full 360. Use the app.
Oh, dear goodness.
What's the matter, Doug?
I'm in hell.
You're in
I think
urban hell.
I'm one story in, and already I sentenced Doug to hell, apparently.
What in the hell is this crap?
So, what is this,
God,
man?
it's a man.
Oh, Jesus.
I've told you like 4 times, Frank.
It's a cartoon
It's
with
a-
characters on ice?
Jeez.
No,
It's
it's
a
a cartoon
story
with
where-
like an Oculus Rift. That's what it's sort of supposed to be.
Sort of. You can move it around and see hidden stuff inside the story, and
Oh, cool.
it's interactive, Frank.
Okay.
No, it's not
Cool
really.
story, bro.
I was confused.
Well, if you guys hate that, you're gonna hate this next story too.
Yeah, I probably will.
Cinema 4D VR plugin to be showcased at GDC 2016. Cineversity
I don't
releases
understand a word of what you just said.
CVVR Cam plugin. New tutorials help
Streamline
streamline Cinema 4D workflow for virtual reality. And if you play the video, you can actually move the camera around in 360 space.
We are VR. Whoa, 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 whoa.
So yeah, you can pull the camera around, or
I'll tell you what, boy. You can give me a beer and it still will suck.
Well, what about you, Ian? What do you think of this?
So like, it's just a plugin just to be able to create something like this with the
It makes it easier.
3D
It makes it
program.
easier to create 3D scenes. It says the new Cineversity VR content includes CVVR Cam plugin 1.5. Renders spherical or cubic, monoscopic or stereoscopic VR output, includes pole merging, and supports camera orientation. The accompanying training series shows how to create VR content with Cinema 4D using CVVR Cam with the advanced or physical render, or with Octane for Cinema 4D. Interactive VR with C4D Unity Oculus, a quick start series that takes viewers through the process of exporting Cinema 4D project files to the Oculus Rift by way of the Unity game engine. And Kitchen VR, a tutorial series that explains the process of using Metal's Skybox Studio software and Cineware and After Effects to render a 360-degree VR video of a kitchen. It includes non-photorealistic line drawing as well as final GI renders created with CVVR Cam.
So basically, the whole
Yeah.
Ford thing is a lie. It's a
Yeah.
lie.
What's this? It's
It's only
using Unity. I mean, you could probably use this, Doug. I mean, how's that learning that C++ over the weekend thing going?
It's using
video
Unity,
game.
which means it's going to be using a lot of junk programming, a bunch of free and super cheap junk programming. All this stuff is basically another way to take your money.
Well, what was your route going to be? You were going to try to C++ up a game engine from scratch?
I would probably end up using something that already existed. I was looking at
Unity already exists.
Unity kind of, honestly, a lot of the Unity stuff that's out there is booty.
I heard you can't go wrong with that new Unreal engine, like the fourth thing that just came out.
I've heard good stuff about Unreal 4. However, I want to develop a game for the Vita, and Unreal 4 doesn't run on the Vita. However, a stripped down version of Unreal 3 does. So I'd have to work on something with the stripped version of Unreal 3.
And then after you learn all that coding, you need to learn how to model 3D. So
yeah,
you got your work.
Be another weekend.
You know, with the real 3D program.
Yeah, well, Doug's keeping busy. I'll say that much. So now I've got a couple news stories that are tossing out new trailers and whatnot. I thought I'd throw 3 of these in here real quick. So,
ladies and gentlemen, new segment on the show: Sucky Trailers.
Korea's Red Shoes and the Seven Dwarfs gets a teaser. South Korean CG VFX house Locust Creative Studios recently released a trailer for its fairy tale parody, Red Shoes and the Seven Dwarfs, currently in production. So,
is this like the Red Shoe Diaries on Showtime?
Well, if you watch the trailer, you might actually think something like that. I like the responses in the comments were, for kids. The family-friendly feature will tackle the inconvenient truth about Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, according to the film's director, Sung Ho Hong, Egg Cole and A Miracle in the Desert. In the movie, the dwarves are actually handsome knights who have been placed under a spell. To lift the curse, they must recover a pair of magical red shoes that are being worn by a woman who has put on a few extra pounds. The 12 million English language family film is currently slated for release in late 2017. Korean sales company Fine Cut is handling international sales for the film. Now, I like that. I like the whole, they're really handsome knights, but they've been put under a curse. It's like, really? Because in Shrek, we found out even ogres can find love, right? I mean, I don't...
My only question is do you get to choose your input?
Anyway. For kids. I mean, I think it's nice. I like seeing that there's, more films coming from other places in the world. We've had, the China film industry has been booming lately, and, there's this one from Korea, and, what are your guys' thoughts?
Hey, Ian.
Hey, Doug, what's up?
Cue up the sound.
So do you hear Hulk Hogan doesn't have a 10-inch penis?
Hey, maybe one of these dwarves do, though.
Anyway. Alright, the next teaser I'm going to toss out, Frank might like this one. Titmouse reveals teaser for adult feature Nerdland. TV animation production producer Titmouse from Super Jail, Black Dynamite, Turbo Fast, Moonbeam's City has released a teaser trailer for Nerdland, the studio's independently produced R-rated feature film. The studio announced the project last fall at New York Comic Con. This is the one with was it Paul Rudd and Patton Oswalt. Let's see, yeah, Rudd and Oswalt.
All right, yay! Let's do the same animated style as we've done everything else. Yay! 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 All right, yay!
Yay!
Really? Where have you seen this style before, Doug?
It looks like a weirder version of Super Jail.
No. I don't know. What about you, Frank? You like Patton Oswalt, don't you?
Watching the trailer.
Hey, it's no sausage party, ladies and gentlemen.
That's Mike Jones.
Yes. Yeah, it's no sausage party. There's more than a frame of this film out.
Oops.
Well, what are your
It
thoughts,
looks
Ian?
like whatever. Well, my thoughts are it looks like whatever Doug said it was.
Oh, boy.
It looks like a jacked up super jail. That's it.
Yeah.
I think it looks good. I'll watch that shit.
Yeah, see? See? Finally.
It's so fucked up to hear the voice of Ratatouille just Remy the Rat.
You know, he has done other things, right?
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Hold on,
And now
watching your
here's...
Diaries teaser down.
Okay, so another new trailer that's come out, one Ian and I have talked about before, Kubo and the Two Strings. They've got a new trailer out that shows a little bit more of the story, some of the other characters, and I've liked it. It's got that my guitar gently weeps playing in there, you know. We learn who some of the characters are. So, what do you think of the idea of Kubo and the Two Strings, Doug?
I'm looking here, and it looks like another crappy DreamWorks movie.
It's not. It's by Leica, the stop motion company.
Yeah.
So
I just think it looks cool because it reminds me of like if you were to do like Samurai Jack in 3D. You know.
And then let's just do Samurai Jack in 3D and be done with it.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Hey, let's not make Samurai Jack. Let's make Samurai crap. Yeah.
what do you mean? Leica makes great films, Doug. I don't know what you're going on
Samurai
about.
crap. Back to the back.
Hell?
Samurai crap. The hell?
What the hell?
Gonna put this movie in the trash.
So what new was it showing it? Was this like a lot of extra footage in this trailer or something?
Yeah, they introduced that monkey character that we haven't heard anything from,
Okay,
and
Monkey
then
Baby.
there's that. And then there's
Monkey
that
Baby.
beetle guy. I think he's voiced by Matt McConaughey, and then you see like the kid's magic and what he can do with his two strings. You know, he makes looks interesting. It shows a little bit more of the story, and you're just like, okay, yeah, I kind of like these characters. Interested to see what happens with them. So,
What about you, Doug? Are you done with like 3D movies? You're tired of that style?
Yeah, it's shit. It's always been shit. It's always gonna be shit.
what are you talking about? It's a stop motion film, guys. It's
never
like
been
it.
Oh
shit.
yeah.
Ain't gonna be shit. That's why I take
Well-
shit. Just like I see shit.
It's stop motion.
I don't think Doug's. Didn't we tell him to go see that Paranorman movie?
I had to tell Frank to do that. I still don't think he's listened to me.
Nobody
What?
watch that shit.
Welcome to the Hater Podcast with all these haters.
They gonna hate.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
anyway,
I
what-
thought the machine worked.
Anyway, Franklin, what are your thoughts on Kubo and the two strings?
Oh god damn it! I gotta look at another. Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, they should cut both strings.
But yeah,
the two strings. Guess what? Two string you tie together make one string. Thank you for watching.
Oh, another
Every
cute
day,
story.
Give me $500,000.
Oh, what?
Ben, another
What?
cute CG movie.
No, it's not. It's stop motion, and
Oh.
two, it's an action movie. It's not trying to be. It's
Oh, I can get behind anything with stop motion.
Ian, he said action movie. Romance.
There's monsters fighting in it. There's
there's monsters fighting in it.
I think it's cool.
Oh wait, nobody cares. This movie's gonna do like $75,000 in 25 theaters in the United States. It's gonna go direct to video after that, and no one's gonna buy a copy. You know why? Because nobody cares.
that doesn't happen with Leica movies, Doug, but thanks for playing.
Oh, you mean they just go straight to Netflix and never get watched?
No, I mean that they're the company that did Coraline. I'm pretty sure people have seen their movies, Doug.
Go ahead, keep going. I dare you.
What?
Oh, Coraline! Like 5 people saw that movie.
Bet they were cooler people than you. Anyway. Okay, so...
Yeah, I think you better go to the next one. Try again, Ben.
Next story, Paramount drops The Little Prince a week before release. So...
What?
Paramount Pictures has confirmed to IGN that they will no longer release The Little Prince, which was set to open in theaters next Friday, March 18th. The studio didn't provide a reason for why they opted to drop the film so close to opening day. The film's official site and trailer still bears the Paramount logo. The studio's publicity site still has assets for the movie available as of today, March 11th. So, Mark Osborne directed the movie, which is based on the classic tale published in 1943. The Little Prince's voice cast includes Jeff Bridges, Rachel McAdams, Paul Rudd, Marion Collard, I cannot talk, and Benicio del Toro. Stay tuned to find out their distributor might pick up The Little Prince. So, who might pick it up now? I don't know.
Well,
but it's very...
Here's what I know.
Sound.
Paul Rudd is in a lot of these animated movies, and it doesn't seem like these animated movies do very well. So what we need to do is stop Paul Rudd from doing animated movies, and maybe shit like this don't happen.
Well, I mean, he was in a lot of movies for a while, and then he wasn't he in that bromance movie with the guy from How I Met Your Mother? And then was he Ant-Man? I can't remember.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But this.
Here's how good Paul Rudd is. This right here is my DVD shelf. I guarantee you, Ant-Man is not on it.
If it's not on Doug's shelf, it's a bad movie, folks. That's why Citizen Kane, Casablanca, Metropolis, none of those movies are shit or anything because they're not on Doug's shelf.
Oh, I just haven't.
The Oscars ain't got.
There's a difference between not being on the shelf and intending to be on the shelf.
Chariots of Fire, To Kill a Mockingbird, Song of the South. None of these movies, they're nothing. Oscar, that ain't the real name in show business. It's the Dougies that everyone goes to.
It's not my fault everyone has extremely low expectations.
Wasn't that a Charles Dickens story that went nowhere? Anyway, Franklin, what are your thoughts on this? Because you and I are both, I think we were both Little Prince fans, right? We like the original.
Yeah, why did they decide to do that?
I don't know. That it happened so recently. I don't know if the explanation's been put out yet.
Information, so I can't make an actual.
I'm giving you the fact that hey, if you were going to go see this movie, now you can't until they get another distributor. But it's weird to see a distributor pull out, a week before the thing comes out. What are your thoughts there, Ian?
Dude, you're into way too much animation, man.
What? I'm what? I'm an animator.
You go to his page and says, "Hi, I'm Ben. I make cartoons." Of course, he's gonna be into cartoons.
It's like Doug's doing a story about whey protein, and you're just like, man, you're just too into that fitness crap. I just can't.
Oh boy.
Well, it's like I'm into 3D stuff, but I don't even watch that much 3D. I like to watch actors. Like real life stuff, movies, like Deadpool movies and shit.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it's not comic books, not them cartoons and shit.
You guys have
what,
some...
What Paramount did with The Little Prince is like, hey, have you guys seen 127 Hours? Spoiler alert!
Anyway, so, and my last news story before we get on to the main topic this week
Is this actually going to be a news? Something that happened?
Well, it happened. I don't know how you guys might not like it. The Playboy revamp continues. How the magazine is redrawing its cartoon lines, too. So it's not just new photos that are out, how veteran Playboy artists are dealing with the end of an era for them, too. So, you guys heard about this? Heard about what's going down?
I heard they're getting rid of the nudity on there.
See, here's the thing. No more boobs equals no more readers.
Okay, so when longtime Playboy cartoonist Dean Yeagle posted on Facebook about the magazine no longer accepting cartoon submissions, artists and fans responded with heartbreak, nostalgia, and confusion, especially considering the publication's longtime love affair with cartoons and illustrated pinups and the rise in popularity of comics, animation, and conventions. I mean, Playboy has historically been one of the highest paying, cartoon publishers in the industry. And
yeah, but Playboy is dead now. They're dead in the water.
Well, they're not. It's not dead. They're changing their demographic and their target. They're aiming for a younger audience. They say
they're a glorified Maxim now.
And no more boobs equals no more views.
The argument is
truth.
Well, think about it though. Like, why would you pick up a copy of a nudie mag when you can actually watch people do it on the internet? What justification is there for Playboy like it was?
But here's the thing: there is a difference between the audience for Hustler and Playboy. Because I'm sorry, as a man, I would rather buy Playboys because it actually views women in a much more classy format. It's an actual, like, you can actually look at some of these pictures and some of the photography as actual art pieces in a lot of ways. It looks very, very well done. Or you could pick up a booty mag, and it's a booty mag,
But I thought you read it for the articles, Doug.
Nobody reads it just for the articles. Sorry.
Okay. Playboy's redesign, unveiled with the March issue, which most famously eschews overt nudity, has a simplified look that targets younger readers. The cover featured bikinied Instagram star Sarah McDaniel with the lone word, "Hey," winky face, across her torso in a visual reference to Snapchat. So, yeah, inside the publication sports a new artist in residence section that will profile a different illustrator each month and a new permanent illustrator for the advisor section. But gone are sprinklings of single panel and strip cartoons from multiple contributors that echoed Playboy's edgy editorial, exposed artists to new followings, and inspired new generations of young illustrators. And then, yeah.
So basically, what you're saying is they're dumping off the old and trying to issue in the new, and they're going to lose their entire fan base, and they're going to end up shutting up shop because of that. Not to mention the fact that they still have the Playboy Club online, which is still full frontal nudity in many cases. So basically, what they're trying to do is try to revamp and put a fresh coat of makeup on something that had no need for a makeover in the first place.
I'm not quite saying that, Doug, but
it's the truth.
What are your thoughts, Franklin? I mean, I know you're into the porno mags, so.
Great segue, bruh.
Well, I'm sorry, Frank. I'm sorry, Frank. The last time I stayed at your house, did you or did you not have hustlers in the bathroom?
Whoa, bro.
Whoa.
Anyway,
It's...
when I used to Hustler actually had better articles.
Yeah.
I cannot believe we are having this discussion.
Let me ask you, Ben, were the magazines shiny or dull?
We're not getting into that. We're not getting into that conversation. So,
Could you
Yeah.
open them?
moving along, I think this story has.
It's frozen.
Okay, it's time. It's time now for the main topic this week, so we can play the outro of the news segments.
So Ben, can I ask you a question, man? Who you gonna call?
Sure, Ian.
Ghost
Ghostbusters!
Butchers.
Hit him with the ass. Yeah.
Ghost Butchers.
It's like the NES game said, Ghostbusters! But yeah, the main topic for this week.
Butchers. That's what they should call it now.
The main topic is the Ghostbusters reboot, because the official trailer dropped,
Shit.
and huh?
Shit. It's shit. The trailer's shit.
Have you seen the
Dialogue looks
international?
like shit. The movie looks like shit. The CG is shit. It's shit.
Here you go. I'm
Oh.
gonna keep this up on screen.
Yep. Da 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 da. Fuck this
There you
bullshit.
go.
Anyway, also the international trailer hit, which had a little bit different footage.
Oh, yay! More
Ben,
previews of shit.
I want you to put this for the thumbnail for the episode.
No,
That's
no,
what this is.
no.
What we're talking about, right?
This is it's a discussion. I don't want to come in with an opinion like this. I want to hear you guys explain what your thoughts are and why. Everyone's input. So let's start with Frank, because he's being very quiet, and I don't like it when he's quiet. Makes me suspicious.
What am I talking about this time, Ben?
Talking about the new Ghostbusters trailer.
Oh. It brings it to a new audience, so that can't be a bad thing. If you really want the third damn movie, they say that the video game is basically the third movie. So there you go.
Yeah, Ghostbusters Go to Hell, I think, was the alleged script that was going around, and they say that the video game is basically an adaptation of that. So,
That's what they're doing to you, though. They're giving you the middle finger.
okay.
Oh,
Thanks
you want
for
actual
elaborating.
Ghostbusters? Nah, you don't need actual Ghostbusters. Here's something that has none of the wit, none of the snarkiness, none of the intelligence, and it's not even due to the fact that there's females. I could deal with the fact that there's female ghosts.
Oh yeah, I
Female
definitely
Ghostbusters.
too. I mean,
You know,
like
It's
I was talking to
fact-
the
Sorry,
girl
Ted.
that I was seeing, and she said it was more of like a parody than anything.
It looks like
It's
a
like they
really
were making
shitty
fun of it.
adaptation.
I'm just waiting for them to be like, oh, we're just joking.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it does come out this summer, so they're not going to do the show every joke in the movie in the trailer thing. They're gonna right now they've put out a couple scenes that have not done well in the to the audience of people seeing the trailer.
Haven't done well. That's
That's the understatement of the fucking millennium. Okay.
I mean, when I saw the trailer, it was linked in an article that said the new Ghostbusters trailer nails it perfectly. That's what the title said. And
Welcome to real life.
real life, Doug's a Ghostbuster.
So, I thought that Doug had to leave soon. Are we going to do the trivia?
no, we got
We're just-
time for that. It's half an hour.
See, here's what that people have to realize. There is a way that you have to write this movie. Okay? You have to write this movie in a style that befits how the first two movies were written. Whoever took on writing this movie was like, fuck that. We'll do it my way. And
Well, it's the guy who made Bridesmaids, isn't it? I mean, that's why he originally wanted to try and write it with funny women. That's what he writes.
Did the guy who wrote Bridesmaids wrote this piece of shit? Have you watched Bridesmaids?
No?
It's a shitty physical comedy basically making fun of fat women.
Nice.
It's like 1 2 hour fat joke.
2-hour fat joke in a little coat.
Well, I guess this is pretty much going to be like we're all going to go around and say like what we all hated about the movie. That's what this episode is going to be. So.
No, it's not. I wanted to have a discussion with this one.
Well,
because there's a lot.
We're gonna shit on the movie just like it shat on us.
No, because everybody's doing that, Ian. I don't want to do what everybody's doing. I mean, this is just the first two trailers. I don't know if the movie's gonna suck. I know very little about this movie.
It's going to suck. You have to stare reality in its cold, dead eyes and realize that the fact of the matter is that you're walking into a train wreck, and the train wreck is going to make $30 million opening weekend, and then it's going to bomb out after that.
It's going to make $1 million?
No, it's going to make $30 million opening weekend. It's going to pull in the people who have who have an interest in the original Ghostbusters, and people are going to give it a chance. And then the reviews are really going to pour in, because with the reaction they're getting right now, they're probably not going to have, advanced screenings. They're probably going to keep it very, very lowbrow until the release weekend. Because this right now is a train wreck waiting to happen.
What are your thoughts, Franklin?
God damn it, I'm already confused. What were we talking about this time?
We were trying to talk about the new Ghostbusters trailers, but...
You already asked me about that.
Tell us, why does this suck to you, Frank?
I didn't say it sucks. It just seems like a rehash of the same plot, just different characters. The only thing is, like you said, it's almost like stereotype, like the black girl. It's a Cadillac! They're brought in just to be the fucking black one. That's all it's token.
That is kind of racist, though. Like, they had a black person come in, and they're, like, not really the scientific type or whatever.
Well,
yeah,
that was...
not really that smart.
Well, that's the argument about the first movie, is that... I've got an interview here with Ernie Hudson, if I can get the thing to load properly. Let's see.
Like, I'm not that smart, but...
Well, no, there's an interview with Ernie Hudson where he talks about the painful one that haunts Ghostbuster Ernie Hudson is what the article is titled. And let me just pause. There's a video on here. Stop. There we go. Okay. So, Ernie Hudson, he says he was excited for Ghostbusters because he got the script, and his character was originally a military guy, like a major general or something, and he had a backstory, and he was there from the beginning. And they said that the night before filming, they changed the script because the studio decided that they got Bill Murray, so they wanted to use him for more. And they didn't introduce his character until like page 68 of the script, where they're like, oh, he comes in and goes, if there's a state paycheck in it, I'll believe whatever you guys say. So,
yeah.
That
All I know
looks
is
like
this. Doug, you see this? You see where I paused it on the thing here? This is the movie, and then this is the audience here.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
And then also another interview with Ernie Hudson. He says, I'm being the squeezed Ghostbuster. If I blame racism, there's nothing I can learn from it, he says.
Right.
So,
well,
I mean, some people say in the argument is that his character was supposed to be for the audience because, all the other guys, they were scientists, but Winston was the everyman, who he was the one that you're supposed to go through his shoes and not, you don't know all the science stuff that the guys are talking about. But, I mean, the argument with that is, well, Venkman's not much of a scientist. He's more like a game show host. He's doing his thing to sleaze on chicks, like he does, with the whole card thing. So
yeah, because I mean, this movie just doesn't stereotype at all, right?
Well, just trying to have a conversation about the Ghostbusters.
Pain compels you.
Yeah.
Power of Patty.
Yeah, I
That was her
didn't
name,
even
Patty.
realize that. Like, I didn't think that about Winston until I saw the trailer for this. You know, it's like,
And
man,
then
it's kind of racist.
Also, in the cartoon, when they were making the cartoon adaptation of the characters, they said, well, Ray's the heart, and Egon's the brain, and Venkman's the mouth, and they say, okay, and they're like, what's Winston? And then when the network interfered with the version, they said, well, Winston, he's the driver. And then wait a minute, back that one up, because there's two versions of the Ghostbusters cartoon series. There was the original version, and then after the network meddled with it and recast it, half the cast.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What?
There you go, Tom.
What my specific issues were with it, Ben?
Go ahead, Ian. Tell us.
Well, like, first of all, like, the ghosts themselves, like, they're, unlike the other movies, they're, like, way too bright and cartoonish, and they're, like, they didn't really seem like that realistic like the other ones, and the other ones were earlier movies. So, I mean, they have the technology to make it better.
You know what just really hit me?
What?
The creatures in this version of the movie look like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
And that's not
true.
even, excuse me, it's not even joking. It looks like the same company that did Scooby-Doo live action movies are doing this. Which that is not a compliment.
Right.
Not at all.
Yeah, and like I was watching this other guy's critique of the movie, and he was saying, yeah, it's like the ghosts aren't, like, it's not as serious actually as the other movies, even though they were funny too. But it's like in other movies, it was a lot more realistic. Like the ghosts were actually more scary. You know, like you had the demon dogs. You know, you had the Vigo. Like he was talking, and he was sitting on a throne of blood and stuff. You had Dana was possessed, floating above the bed, and like it was more realistic. You know. I mean,
Well, I mean,
definitely more dumbed down. This is like Girl Meets World. That's what happened to this thing. Got Girl
Well,
Meets
the
World.
thing, the argument I've seen is I watched the Double Toasted trailer talk about it. Now I'm kind of personally avoiding trailer talks because I don't want to criticize a film based on the snippet that's out, because yes, there are darker, more serious ghosts in the Ghostbuster franchise and whatnot. Yes, but they also had goofy stuff. I mean, Slimer was just ate a lot. When you had Vigo's guy steal the baby, his arm just grows out and the rides off on the thing. I don't know, but on the Double Toasted review talk about the trailer, they said it looks like it's a Nickelodeon or MTV movie, because they say the production doesn't look like and like I can see the argument with that.
It just seems like it's losing its grittiness, you know.
I mean, I've seen images go around where people take a screenshot of that ghost that's spewing the vomit, and then they screenshot the one in the library of the original movie with the practical effects. They're like, look at how this thing just came out and versus this new one that's out, and it's like, which one looks more data already? It's like, I don't know. I mean,
the point is though is that so many of these remakes and whatnot have none of the actual charm of the original. Excuse me. Mostly because these are being just pumped out. And I'm sorry to say, but you can actually tell anymore the quality of a movie by the trailer. There's very few movies out there that are deceptive as far as the trailer is to the actual itself.
It's like, what was that we were saying about that? What was that one movie where they showed all the good parts? And that was it?
What was that one movie? Every movie is doing that anymore.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, that was the thing you were bringing up about it, Ben. That was like your opinions on it.
Yeah, I was just saying I can see the argument about the production quality of it, but I mean, I don't know. Going to the whole CG thing, there was a review recently from the Brows Held High guy, Kyle Colgren. He did a review of a movie that was largely CG, Immortal Ad Vitam, I think he subtitled The Untapped Expressionism of CGI, because he did a review of a movie that was mostly CG and he hated it, and he's like, bad, stab, 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 stab. But he started talking about how, like, people can cherry pick examples of CGI and say, good, bad CGI, good practical, good CGI, bad, it's like that. I don't know. I don't think just because an effect in a trailer looks bad is enough to condemn a movie, but it's a thing that they're going to have to overcome when the movie comes out, I think.
My thing is, why put it out there if it's not ready? If it's not ready to be criticized, why would you put it out? If this is what you're going with, you're gonna put it out there to say, hey, we're going with this, and then everyone's like, that shit, and they're like, well, don't judge until you see the movie. You're seeing what's going to be in the movie. That's the point. The point is that when you take a look at how these movies are being made, so much of the emphasis anymore is being made towards the CGI and how bad CGI is right now. There are very few movies that properly do it. So few. It's just like, oh, we'll pay X company X amount of dollars to make some CGI for our film, instead of using practical effects or using some other, kind of special effects, whether it be like hybrid effects or something like that. I mean, there's a difference between seeing the stuff that we're seeing in the Ghostbusters trailer and seeing something in, like, say, Captain America, which is like, what, 5-6 years older than this, and it looks much more realistic. It just points out, it's a glaring point, that there are just there's no attention to detail. And if you can't put the attention to detail in things like CGI and things like writing and plot points and things that people like us are going to notice right off the bat, how can you not notice that this is not going to be a good movie?
Well, like remember the librarian ghost? Like, that was pretty scary too. So, like, that was a good effect that they did with that.
How can hiccups? Fuck. How can you not notice that these effects look like shit, and the acting looks like shit, and everything looks like shit? It's all just tossed together, and writing that's haphazardly done. Someone finished the script in 3 weeks. Someone wanted to green light it, so they didn't lose the license. So here you go. Here's Ghostbusters.
Well, like, the thing too is, like, I thought that this was supposed to be a remake of it, where in the beginning of the thing, it was saying it pretty much like this is supposed to be in the same universe then. So this is supposed to be Ghostbusters 3 technically.
No, this is a reboot. It's not in the same universe from what I'd heard. No.
This is Ghostbusters, the TV movie.
No, it says 30 years later in the trailer.
That's in the trailer. That's not. And they're playing a little bit of the Ghostbusters theme to remind people that it's the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, but
it doesn't say that.
Years ago, that's saying that that's happened before in New York. They're showing the city of New York. I mean,
yeah, to remind you of the original movie. That's what they're playing on the nostalgia factor.
So when the trailer says 30 years ago, it didn't actually happen.
Well, when they show the thing, like, oh, remember this, this kind of thing, like, don't think of it like that. Think of it like this. They've done that with trailers before. That doesn't show it's in universe.
Oh yeah.
Well, the point is, like, this is not gonna. It's obvious this isn't geared towards us. Like, this is definitely going to be geared towards the little kiddies and stuff. It's not the actual fans. Would you agree on that, Doug? I mean, he's not even here.
Yeah, he said he'd be back.
I mean, don't you think a lot of the diehard fans of the Ghostbusters are going to be let down then?
No, I mean, people we're wanting to judge this based on one trailer and saying it's not for us and it's gonna bomb and all this stuff. It's like, well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Diehard fans really. A lot of the diehards weren't going to be happy unless you raised Harold Ramis from the dead, unless you talked Bill Murray into reversing his stance that he's had for 25 years or whatever. Unless you managed to make everything move and make an actual Ghostbusters 3, and even then, I'm sure if it came out, people would say it's not as good as the first one. So,
well, it's not even the characters or the actors or the storyline. The whole theme of it is changed. Everything has changed.
That's what a remake is. I mean, a reboot. It's not the same movie.
Right, but you gotta at least keep some of the stuff from it as far as like the style and...
They kept Slimer. Are you unhappy with that they kept Slimer?
Yes.
Well, that's good they kept Slimer. He doesn't look like Slimer that much.
You don't look like Slimer that much. Oh, boy.
Well, I mean, what were the things that you liked about it, then?
Kate McKinnon. She didn't have one line of dialogue in the trailer, and yet... Yeah.
You didn't... There's nothing that you just look forward to her,
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm not hating on it as much as you guys are. I mean, I will admit the jokes in the trailer kind of hit a little flat, but like I said, it's not coming out to this summer. We'll probably see a better cut of a trailer that actually shows some of the good bits. I don't know.
I mean, even if you do have just a totally straight comedy movie, there's nothing about it as scary or serious at all. Like, the jokes in it didn't even... It was very corny, it seemed like.
Well, do we know what the actual story is other than somebody's doing something to bring ghosts into the world? I mean, do we know how scary the movie's going to be?
I don't know, like, I know they had, like, what was that leak thing that we saw about with, like, I know they were going to do a Lego Ghostbusters movie or whatever with the same characters.
I have.
And they had, like, a winged creature in there. I mean, maybe that'll be scary. I don't know.
Well, I mean, the thing is, when you see all these shots of here's a whole bunch of ghosts, it just makes me think of the second one, where that scene where they're like, the Titanic, oh, it's back, it's arrived, and it's like all those ghosts getting off the Titanic. That's what I saw, a modern version of that.
Yeah. Well, what's the demographic, do you think, for this movie, man?
New people, I think I could say,
girls.
New little girls.
12 to 17.
Well, think about it for a second. Think about this for a second. The original Ghostbusters, what year did that come out? It's 30 years ago.
Yes, we were kids back then, yes.
No, we were kids, and the sequel came out. There are plenty of adults now that didn't grow up with the original movies. So is it so bad for somebody born in like 1987 to want to go see a movie and not cry about it being not like a movie that came out before they were born?
In that case, don't slap that logo feces on the movie and expect it to sell to those original people then. Don't pull on the nostalgia in the trailer, and you won't get fucked up for doing it.
That's true. That's a good point.
Well.
I will say, like, I'm not gonna go to the theater. I'm not gonna pay for it. I will try to see it out though. Like, I generally will do that for a movie, and I will when it's done, I will give my full criticism of it.
All right. Now it's time for trivia.
Do you have anything else to add about that, Frank?
No.
No?
He's just going through his Hustler collection. Let's. Who wants to do some Playboy trivia? No, wait, we should definitely do Ghostbuster trivia. I'm just joking. Because I don't want to find out which one of you guys knows the most about Playboy. Well, you did see The People versus Larry Flint, so maybe you would know about Hustler, Frank.
What's that? Are we done with this? Like,
Please God, I hope we are.
what was like? You said you didn't hate it, Frank. Like,
I didn't think it looked bad. I mean, it doesn't look like great, but like the nostalgia critic and the Angry Video Game Nerd said about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, getting some shit to a new audience. It's just made to make money, just like the original shit was. What can you fucking ask for?
A good movie?
Sorry. Nope.
well, so
Oh.
are we gonna do? Are we really going to do Ghostbusters trivia? Is that what you want to do?
Yeah. We'll see who
Yes,
amongst us
because
knows
you're so
the most.
butthurt that it's not the exact same.
It's not exactly the same, even though I have to prove my mettle about knowing Ghostbusters. I have a bigger Ghostbuster dick than you guys, okay? So I'm here to prove. The Ghostbuster dick.
Ghostbusters!
Ghostbusters! Alright. Do we have the
Um,
trivia theme?
Sure, we're ready. Oh yeah.
Yeah, trivia.
By the way, you are going to use that for the thumbnail. That middle finger.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
It's perfect.
No.
Urbans.
Like I said before, quit trying to make it a thing, guys.
What are you gonna do?
We're trying to make fetch happen.
Have a Ghostbusters. Have it with the 3 and have it say, "Oh, you're welcome."
So anyway, pick the hardest trivia.
What do we want here?
Just pick the hardest one.
The hardest.
None of this matters.
No, this isn't Minecraft, Frank.
Oh.
We actually got Doug involved in some of this. How's from script to screen go?
That one's.
Oh, that's easy. Never mind. Just pick one that's average, I guess. I think that's the highest. Maybe one of the 20 questions or something, so we can just do one.
Yeah. That's
We love Ghostbusters. This isn't a real tough quiz. Okay, well, let's just pick one.
Okay,
Pick one, damn it!
what is this one? Hold on, before I gotta load my truth thing up here.
Today is trivia with PewDiePie.
Buddha pie?
Did you see that new thing on YouTube where he's gonna be doing like a
Scare or Pootie Pie?
No.
I saw one where they were trying some surstrumming with him. Alright. 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 In what useful catalog is the name Zool found? Space Catalog, Encyclopedia of the Undead, Tobin's Spirit Guide, or Jackson's Book of the Damned? Ian?
Tobin's Spirit Guide.
Tobin's Spirit Guide.
That's very good.
Right.
I
Franklin?
go with everyone else.
Okay.
Tobin's Spirit Guide. What are the names of the individuals that Louis Tully introduces to the other guests at his party? Henry and Arnie, Steve and Joan, George and Anne, or Ted and Arnett? Or Annette? This would be me, huh? I'm going to say Steve and Joan.
I'm pretty sure Ted and Annette. Like, hey, Ted and Annette.
George and Ann.
Henry and Annie?
Alright, now we got all our bases covered.
Ted and Annette.
Ted and Annette.
Yeah, I didn't go with it because I figured since Ian guessed it, had me wrong.
Venkman describes Gozer as a nimble little what? Nymph? Goon? Kitten? Minx? Doug, this one's yours.
Minx.
Minx?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Ian? Yeah, I'm going to say Minx as well.
Yeah.
Minx? What is the number plate on the Ghostbusters car? One word. Doug, this one's yours.
The last one was mine.
Oh, Frank, this one's yours.
Ecto?
That's not a number, though.
Well, it's the number plate, Ian, the license plate.
Yeah, it's one word, it's not a number.
Oh, number plate, I'm sorry.
Dipshit. Actually, it's Ecto 1, but
Yeah.
that's 2 words, so Ecto.
Well, if it's only one... I mean, I know it said Ecto-1, so...
Oh, Jesus.
That's what I'm just saying. It's all one word, Ecto-1.
Ecto-1.
Doug don't give a damn.
Are you gonna stick with the Ecto, Frank, or what?
I say Ecto because. Just cause.
Alright. Let's see
Yeah,
what
me
it
too.
says.
I'm gonna stick with that.
Alright. Well, that...
Do it.
Oh.
Ecto-1.
Well,
I
that's
was
2
thinking
words.
about going in without the dash.
I say we all get that across the board, because fuck them. Fuck this quiz.
I was specific. I said 1.
Shut up,
Because
Ben.
the car is Ecto-1, and then the helicopter
And I
bike
knew
was
it because I said I
Ecto-2.
thought it was.
Well, they don't get it because they said Ecto Dash 1. That doesn't really matter.
No,
this
this
match-
man.
next-
All suck.
This title match doesn't matter. What is the name of the dean who throws the Ghostbusters out of the university? Dean Unger, Dean Jag, Dean Bueller, or Dean Yeager?
This is my
Ian,
turn.
this is you.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, Dean Yeager.
I'm gonna say Yeager. Why not? Because Yeager.
I'll stay younger, I guess.
I'll say Unger too.
I'm pretty sure it's Yeager when they were in the first one. Yeah.
Yeager. Because Yeager. Who said, I collect spores, molds, and fungus? Was it Winston Zedmore, Ray Stantz, Egon Spangler, or Peter Venkman? And this would be me, huh?
You know what that one is.
Well, yes, of course I know. I have to answer now. I can't let you guys guess the wrong one. It's Egon.
Yeah, it's Egon.
Egon.
Egon. No, remember, Do, Re, Egon.
Yeah.
Gone but not forgotten.
Be gone.
You're right, Ray. The readings are much stronger on this side. What is the first name of the mayor of New York? Hint, one word. Doug? First name of the mayor.
That is a hard one.
Yeah. Teddy?
Frank, what do you think it is?
I'll go with Doug because I have no fucking idea. I think he might be right.
Because like when he's in the when they're getting ready to be kicked out, he's like, Teddy, baby, think of all the registered voters. I might be wrong though. Might be wrong.
Yeah, I'll say Ted. Yeah.
Oh. Okay, say Ted. If that doesn't matter.
None of this matters. You're not getting the title match.
It
Lenny! Lenny, baby! Not Lenny!
was Lenny.
That was close at least.
Yeah,
Well,
All right.
close on counts and horseshoes and hand grenades, Doug.
What is the last word of this classic line? Good evening. As a duly designated representative of the city, county, and state of New York, I order you to cease any and all supernatural activities and return forthwith to your place of origin or the nearest convenient parallel. Is it universe, existence, world, or dimension? Whose turn is it, Frank's?
Yep.
Franklin?
Hold on.
Hold on, just going to the Googles.
Hold on. Yeah.
Both hands up in the air.
Wave 'em around like you just don't care.
I'm gonna knock you out.
Mama
I guess dimension.
Yeah, it was Dimension.
Yeah, it was dimension.
Dimension.
Dementia.
Dimension. What instrument does Dana play in the orchestra? Is it violin, cello, clarinet, or French horn? Whose turn is it now? Ian's?
Fine. I'm pretty sure it was the cello.
Yes, it was the cello.
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 Cello related to YOLO. YOLO. You know, no.
Who did the librarian's uncle think he was? 2 words.
Oh shit.
This would be me.
Damn.
I had an uncle once who thought he was Abraham Lincoln.
I do vaguely remember that.
Yeah.
Where you
Napoleon?
going with that?
I'll say Napoleon.
That's one.
Well, it's 2 words.
Oh, 2 words? Yeah.
Maybe Genghis Khan. But I'm going to say Abraham Lincoln.
I'll go with
Napoleon Bonaparte was one.
Yeah.
George Washington?
And how about you, Ian?
I'll say Abraham Lincoln. Fuck it.
All right.
I'll go with the same.
All right. Let's see what the real answer is, folks. Saint Jerome.
Yeah, I do remember him saying that.
That's
Urbans.
What is Winston's theory about why they've been so busy lately? Coming of Judgment Day, the coming of Goza, badly aligned planets, or something to do with a Twinkie? Whose turn is it?
It's is Doug going third?
I think it's Doug, yeah.
I think it's Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was Egon who had something to do with the Twinkie.
Yeah.
What do you think, Frank?
Judgment Day.
Judgment.
That's when Arnold Schwarzenegger comes back for Sarah Connor.
Moon became as black as sackcloth. The dead rise from the grave.
So anyway,
Judgment. Yeah.
coming of Judgment Day. Yay, the apocalypse! Which of the Ghostbusters made the mental decision to allow the Marshmallow Man to wreak havoc on New York? Was it Peter Venkman, Ray Stantz, Egon Spengler, or Winston Zeddemore? Franklin?
Didn't I just do the last one?
No, Doug did it. Where are you?
Oh, Franklin?
That's an easy one.
Yeah.
It just pops right in there.
Venkman?
Choose the form of your destroyer.
What?
Really, Frank?
We gotta hold her to it.
Disappoint.
We gotta hold her to it.
Disappoint.
I
Where's
haven't
that- where's
seen
that
this movie in like 10 years, guys, so
Oh,
excuse my...
Well, that's even less excusable, Franklin.
Yeah.
oh.
Go.
It's the
let him
Stay Puft
guess.
Marshmallow Man.
I'm not going to give him the point, but let's see if he can guess it on the second try.
No, don't give him the point. Fuck that.
No, I said I'm not going to give him the point. I just want to see if he can
Well,
guess
what's the point?
it. See how.
Yeah, should I do the line?
Yeah, I just said it popped. It just popped right in there.
No. Before that, it
Oh,
gives it away.
yeah, go ahead.
It gives it away. Ray, what did you do?
Yeah, it was Ray Stantz.
Ray Stantz. I was thinking the other day, I think I know too much about Ghostbusters. Like, well, I know all their names, yes, but I also know all their last names. How many things do you know where you know all the fictional characters' last names? Anyway, what event causes Venkman to ask Ray, happened to you before, first time? Is it getting slimed, being scared half to death by a ghost, bookshelf almost falling on them, or witnessing a full torso vapor apparition? This would be Ian. Ian?
I'm sure Bateman was the one that got slimed. I'm gonna say the full vapor apparition.
I'm going to say getting slimed.
Yes,
So why?
Oh,
Bookshelf.
the bookshelf almost falling on them.
Bands.
Okay, after trying to whip the tablecloth out from under the table sitting in the hotel dining room, what does Venkman proudly post? And the blank are still standing. This one's mine, huh? And the flowers are still standing.
Yeah, it's flowers.
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 Mm-hmm. Final question. Which musician is credited with the music score for Ghostbusters? Is it Elmer Bernstein, Burt Bacharach, John Williams, or Ray Parker Jr.?
See, this is a hard one, too.
Ray Parker Jr., isn't it?
I think it's Burt Bacharach.
I'm going to say Elmer Bernstein. How about you, Ian?
Well, I could just go with you, so whatever it is will be we'll have one. So
Uh-huh. So which one are you going to go with?
let's make this interesting. I'll go with John Williams. So we'll each choose one different.
And the answer, Elmer Bernstein.
Now it's time.
Because Ray Parker Jr. just did the theme song. He didn't do the score. And now for the tiebreaker.
Ray Parker Jr. didn't even do the song. He ripped it off of
Huey Lewis in the News.
Huey Lewis in the News. I want a new girl.
Bam, now. What ancient people was Gozer not worshipped by? Mesopotamians, Hittites, Babylonians, or Sumerians?
Huh.
Am I supposed to go first on this one?
Yes, Ian.
Okay. I'm gonna say. I'm pretty sure it wasn't the Babylonians. That's what I'm gonna go with.
I'm going to say Mesopotamians. And for everything, the answer is...
Mesopotamian.
What's the answer?
The Babylonians.
Babylonians! Ian squeaked out a winner.
Ian is the champion.
Yes, because I remember he was saying when he was talking to Dana, the Mesopotamians, the Sumerians, and the Hittites. It was when she's like, "Do you have some research for me?" So
now you get to squeeze into Doug's belt.
My belt.
Yes. Yes. I should have one because my parents said that, like, when I was a kid, I'd watch that, like, the Ghostbuster movie, like, almost every day.
And yet you didn't remember the name of the mayor. I mean, honestly, Ian, I don't know about you sometimes.
Could be worse. He could be Franklin, not remember the guy who said one of the best lines in the entire damn movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry I don't remember something that happened 30 fucking years ago in a fictitious movie.
A fictitious movie, as opposed to all them real movies.
You know what I mean.
See, I can remember the lyric or the script to a movie that was made before I was born. So your oh, it was made 30 years ago, is bullshit, my friend.
Not when that's the last time I saw it. Thanks, Doug.
Franklin?
You just said you saw it 10 years ago, unless you're 20 years old.
I said I haven't seen it. Fuck off.
Now,
Yeah.
Frank, I have noticed, Frank, you're not a big movie guy, are you? In general.
I am, but dude, pointless knowledge I retain. Shit that I can be quizzed on I'm horrible.
So if we had a pointless knowledge trivia, you might win it.
I don't gotta
Yeah,
explain
it was about
myself.
pinstriping.
Anyway, so it's been an interesting trivia night, gentlemen. I think we've had some good, some bad, and I brought most of the good. You guys brought most of the bad. I got pizza. I'm gonna call this a winner. So
Well, when it came to the Ghostbusters, you brought the bad.
you and I were this close to being swapped for who was the winner. So I'd watch your mouth, young man.
No, I meant the Ghostbusters remake.
Oh.
Shots
Anyway,
fired. Shots
I'd
fired.
like-
Bad
I'd
topic.
I'd like to thank my co-host Ian for bringing his news stories, and wonderful personality as always. I'd like to thank Frank for not getting bored and playing Minecraft halfway through.
Yeah.
In his squeaky mouse wheel. I'd like to thank Doug for sticking around to lose his belt yet again in trivia.
Past his bedtime.
No, he's gonna go work out. You know,
Yeah, you
get
know.
pumped, get ripped.
He's gonna be
His Fitbit says he
He's
masturbated
gonna
for
be-
9 miles today.
he's gonna curl those pizza slices.
And I'd like to think, even though Nate wasn't on here, I'd like to hope that he comes back sometime so he and Frank can have a title champion match.
Yeah.
Nate
We
will
miss him on the
never
show.
See that title. As long as I live, that man will never see the title while I'm on this show. You understand me? He will never. And he has absolutely, positively no chance in hell.
I'll let him know.
All right then, give him
I'll let him know.
some
Doug.
inspiration. So
Yeah.
anyway, and for all you people who stuck this one out, I'm sorry you don't have anything better to do. I mean, watching paint dry. I mean, no, we've enjoyed doing this show, and I appreciate everybody tuning in. And the laundry's done, so it's even better. So, on behalf of everybody here, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. And until next time, we'll see you on the other side.
Fit another one in.
Ants.
To find out more, visit NoRightsProductions.com. Follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/NoRights. And hey, why don't you check out my Tumblr at NoRights.tumblr.com.